somebody can at least understand me and hear me tonight. All right, let's go.
All right, we're live. Tonight we're gonna start this live stream about Chris Johnson, aka CJ2K, with his diagnosis of ALS, and another name for ALS is Lou Gehrig's disease. It is a disease that is at the moment uncurable. Although Chris Johnson is putting up a really good fight and has a bunch of people supporting him, like Titan Report podcast here has the past following week with the Ice Bucket Challenge. He did two buckets.
I love it. Yep, 2 buckets. I was probably cold for at least 25 minutes sitting outside in the cold.
Oh no. Other people who've done it have been Emmett Smith, Keith Bullock, his daughter, Charles Woodson, yeah. I'm forgetting some, but those are the big names so far that who has done it. Chris Johnson's daughter nominated LeBron James. I know he hasn't done it yet. He's busy right now trying to make his decision as a free agent in the NBA, so he's kind of busy with that. So hopefully after he makes his decision, he will do it. Got a comment here in the comment section saying bro needs a Chris Johnson jersey next to the Simmons.
I do. I need to grab the one from upstairs. I'm probably gonna hang it right here. I'm gonna go get the one upstairs. I'm probably gonna put the Chris Johnson one right there. So it's probably the goal.
You were lagging there. You probably need to repeat what you were saying because it was a little bit laggy.
Oh, it was lagging. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
You might have to. Yeah, I hear you. So you were saying you're gonna play the one upstairs next to Simmons.
Yeah,
so.
I gotta grab the one from my upstairs bedroom and I gotta put it right there. So that's the goal.
Oh, one of the viewers said
you can hear me. Okay, cool.
That could hear you. Okay, that's good.
StreamYard sometimes has issues with me, and they don't like when I'm here sometimes. So
right, audio is good. Okay, good. So other names who have gotten Lou Gehrig's disease or ALS. There was this Saints football player. Oh crap, what was his name?
Oh, was it Tyler Shuck, the quarterback? Was it Tyler Shuck?
Quarterback. No, he played. He was on. So I don't know if you seen the video of the play that the Saints had against the Falcons when they first got back into the Superdome after the hurricane.
Oh,
the guy,
yeah.
The kick, the punt. I think his name is. Oh, I got it in my head. Steve Gleason, I think it was. Yeah. So he's been battling ALS for years. Let me share the screen. I think over a decade now since he's been battling ALS. So
yeah, it is. Yeah.
Let's see here.
Yeah, I remember who that is.
So 2011, so that's 15 years, going on 16. So he's a big inspiration for people who's been diagnosed with ALS. But it's also a genetic disease, but with Chris Johnson, from his interview on Good Morning America, he said his wasn't. So with his situation, it's a low percentage that it's not genetic, but you have a higher chance of the people who are genetic to the ALS. It's a higher chance that is genetic. So with the Lou Gehrig part, his part was amazing story. So in 1939, he was diagnosed. So it forced him to break his what they call the Iron Man streak. He played every game through his whole career to that point, and he had to stop playing because of the disease. And there was a famous quote when he was announcing that he had Lou Gehrig's disease, now called, back then it was still ALS back then, but it's rather common, called Lou Gehrig's disease. So with his speech, it was on, I think, July 4th. And July 4th of 39. And I believe he died that year. Let me double check that. 41. So a little under 2 years after he was diagnosed. So his was rare that it was quicker. Back then, it was
sweet new boots, man. Where'd you get them from?
Not as good as it is today. So I'm going to share his speech here. So y'all will find this speech inspirational. I find it inspirational too. Amazing speech. So let's get past the edge.
Thanks, I got him from GoBetsStop.com. Why did your voice just...
Natalie, you got the tickets?
Yep, I got them from...
There's no way her...
First baseman Lou Gehrig hung up an amazing mark by playing in 2,130 consecutive games. Then a fatal disease attacked baseball. Gehrig's last appearance.
In the past 2 weeks, you've been reading about a bad brag. Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth. When you look around, wouldn't you consider it privilege to associate yourself with such a fine-looking man as is standing in uniform in this ballpark today? That I might have been given a bad break, but I've got an awful lot to live for. Thank you.
So that was Lou Gehrig's ALS. So hopefully, Chris I don't know. I think the odds are against Johnson, so I'm just praying for the best for the Johnson family and Chris to get through this. And he's, the thing that makes me feel good is that his brain is still where it was when he was healthy, and just make sure y'all do the ice bucket challenge if are willing to do it. I did the original ice bucket challenge back in 2014-15 range.
Wow, been that long.
So make sure you do the ice bucket challenge if you're able.
Mm-hmm.
So your thoughts on the diagnosis for Chris Johnson?
Yeah, I mean, I heard about it over the weekend, before it got announced last Monday, and I think it just shocked the whole NFL world, especially the Titans community. And I think what you mentioned as well with the NFL guys, I think it's also cool to see all generations of just Titans fans just to do the Ice Bucket Challenge. To myself and to guys who've been watching the Titans since the 80s and 90s, I think it's really cool to see everybody just come together and help Chris Johnson away. And Chris Johnson sees it. And I think I haven't seen him post all of it. He knows that everybody has been praying for him. And it's really heartbreaking and tragic just to see over a year, just to see how Chris Johnson, this has really affected him. He said on the interview that, he could pick up his daughter. Now he can. And, just to see him there, just having the computer just translate on what he says is just absolutely heartbreaking. And, I want to kind of share a story that I
Uh-oh.
didn't know until put it out there for me. Jim Wyatt put this out there. I think he said, and Lindell White was saved by Chris Johnson. Chris Johnson saved Lindell White, and Lindell was, thinking some bad stuff and suicide. It's just the matters of how somebody really impacts somebody else. And I have many friends and family that mean a lot to me in my daily life. But it's just been unbelievable how everybody's came together and honor Chris Johnson. And the Titans should retire his number and put him in the Ring of Honor. No, I've said this and everybody knows this. It's no debate, but we're all praying for Chris Johnson and hopefully he gets a miracle. But it was tragic when we all found out. And like somebody said in the comments, yes, I'm gonna put his jersey behind here. I just haven't gotten a chance to do it yet. But we're gonna think about him all year long.
The best part of it that made me really happy is the AFC South rivals. Mostly it was the Jaguars made a post wishing Chris Johnson and his family well. So that
it's Maurice Jones-Drew too. Yeah.
Yes, and JD. That really made me happy. Like it's not about the rivalry. It's more about off the field stuff and supporting each team's community. Like if let's say Tom Brady got this, everyone would be supporting the Patriots and Buccaneers community. This is what I like. This is what the sports is about. Supporting each other's fan bases.
Yeah, and Jacksonville Jaguars, Maurice Jones-Drew, and they've had the battles in the past. I think what's also cool is to see the Jets and the Cardinals both do some stuff. And I think week one, to add on to it, is the appropriate moment to honor Chris Johnson and have him still there at the stadium. Praying he's still with us today. At the time in September, right? Have him, if he's willing enough to do it, come to the stadium in September, right? They honor him for that game, but easily. There's what he left on the field, but also off the field, just as a person, is even more impacted. I've never got a chance to meet Chris, and I've had people who have, and they've told me stories like the one of Lindell White and some other ones in the past. But it's just it's also just incredible to see also like what human is off the field. And Chris Johnson's a guy that's always humble. Every single person I've talked to with the have covered Chris in the past have said that he's a guy that's always humble off the field. And you brought it up earlier, it's tragic how it happened because he had no family history of it. And that's what doctors are looking at today to study the real diagnosis of this horrible, tragic disease. But we're all wishing him the best. But definitely September 13th, they should honor Chris.
Yes. Hopefully he's around for the last game at Nissan Stadium against the Steelers in December. So that's all. I'll pray for that as well. And so that's the opening segment of tonight's show, focusing on CJ2K. If you're watching Chris Johnson, you got our prayers and our support, and we hope that the best for you. So, you want to say anything to Chris if he's watching?
Yeah, I mean, to Chris and to his whole family, praying for you, and our thoughts and prayers are with you. Keep fighting. A thing I was going to mention is just in the thing that they were talking in the interview. You have two choices in life: you can give up or keep fighting, and he's going to keep on fighting, and that's what we want to do every single day. So, thoughts and prayers are with Chris and his family, and all of his friends, and we got his back, and I think that's what the Ice Bucket Challenge is cool about. Also, again, like mentioned that earlier. And prayers for the whole Johnson family. I know he's got some boys who are playing football right now. I know he's got wonderful kids and wonderful wife who Brittany. I mean, his wife needs a shout out too. I think she deserves to get a shout out just because of what she's been doing, and especially what all she's been through, and to support him as well. It's been incredible. So, thoughts and prayers for the Johnson family, and we're thinking about you.
Yes. Now, switching over to other news for the Titans. Jeffrey Simmons has been in the news for top players in the NFL, and as well as defensively. I think there were two things. So the first thing was the top 100 players in the NFL. He was, what was it,
83. I talked to my buddy about it earlier today. Yeah, 83. Yeah.
I think that was just way bad spot for him. He should be top 2 in my opinion, because he's
top. You mean top 2 in the top 100, or?
Yes. Even for the other one too, because he's overlooked for where he is at his position as well. Because at his position as a DN, so with him at the end, defensive end, it's him, Max Crosby, let me think.
Myles Garrett's up there for sure.
Myles Garrett, yes.
TJ Watt should be there too.
Watt,
Will Anderson, Dino Hunter, unfortunately up there.
Hutchinson.
Hutchinson's good. Yep.
Yeah. So there's depth there on that position. So Simmons should be at least in the top 2 for position and top 100. So there's a comment saying second best.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's not the second best player in the league, but
yeah, he's not, unfortunately. But let's say if he goes off this year, we're setting the record for tackles, then yes. But overall, at the moment, no. So hopefully you can get up there. So that was my opinion about it. What do you think about the where he was ranked on for both polls there?
Yeah, I don't think Jeffrey Simmons is the 83rd best player in the NFL. That's I'm sorry, that's disrespectful in a way for Jeff Simmons, especially a guy who had first team All Pro, was defensive player of the year last year, who should have won defensive player last year, was second behind Myles Garrett. Jeffrey Simmons is not 83rd. And really, when you look at the list, it's also disrespectful to him, but it's also disrespectful for the Titans, because you have a thing called the Titans tax. And what that means is when players are on the Tennessee Titans, they get a tax and they don't get respected as they absolutely should be, right? So that's a thing for Jeffrey Simmons, right? I think he should have been higher than 83. I think he should probably be somewhere in the top 20, at least 15 range for the top 100 list. But when you're looking at second interior defensive tackles, the ESPN article you brought up about, that was ridiculous. And the reason why I talked about this yesterday. Leonard Williams was number 1 just because Jeffrey Simmons did not win a Super Bowl. Leonard Williams had a better team around the Seattle Seahawks. He had a better defensive coach. He had a better head coach than the Titans and Denard Wilson was last year. And I think just for Jeffrey Simmons also to lead the Titans defense, right? had, and you look at stats, but comparing Leonard Williams, and it's no disrespect to Leonard Williams. Leonard Williams is a great player, but I don't think he's better than Jeffrey Simmons this season, because Jeffrey Simmons led in sacks, tackles for loss, forced fumbles, just an absolute wrecker on the field, right? So the thing to me is that I don't think he should have been number 2. I think he should be number 1, but it is going to be on Jeff Simmons, and I think he's going to have another chip on his shoulder when he's heading into this season, and he's going to prove to people, especially around the executives and the players who voted on both individual things, that why he deserves to be 1 and somewhere in the top 20, and then B, to also be the top defensive tackle in the NFL, because he's been that for multiple seasons now.
Agreed. And the way he carries the team with him and how he makes the players around him better. And I feel like the way he is leading the team, I feel like he's got to be the one who will get this team over the hump one of these years here pretty soon. It's not going to be this year or next year, but it's going to be towards the end of the decade. Y'all be watching it out. Don't be surprised when it happens, because it's going to happen with him on the team. And speaking of when we get back to the Super Bowl, I've had this question, and it's been a hot topic through this offseason for the Titans community, about one of our beloved favorite players who isn't on the team right now, but he's still active in the NFL, plays for the Ravens, King Derrick Henry. Do you think he will be back with the Titans when they make the Super Bowl run in the future here in the next few years?
You're talking about Derek makes the Super Bowl run with the Ravens?
No, with the Titans. Do you think he will come back to the Titans and be there when they do it?
It's hard to say, because it's hard to look in the future and hard to say Derrick Henry is automatically going to be back. But he's really not done anything with Baltimore. I'm totally going to be honest with you guys. He's not done anything with the Baltimore Ravens so far. Derrick did a fantastic job in Tennessee when he was here with the franchise. I don't think, honestly, that he will right now. I just don't think he. Yeah, someone said in the comments he doesn't have any connections. The coaching staff's not here. He doesn't have any connections to any players right now. Well, yeah, Jeff Simmons and Hooker. Those are only guys he has connections to. If that guy's talking about coaching and general managers, no, he doesn't have any connection to the front office. Not right now. I don't think so. It'll be nice. Great. It'll be nice to have Derek back, right? To have one more year. But I don't think right now either. Because I talked about this earlier. The Titans running backs and we talked about this before, is interesting. Because the Titans need to figure out where their running back room is in 2026. Because you got Pollard, you got Spears, who are on free agents. I don't know. I think Derek has another 3 years on the contract because he just got an extension. But no, I don't think Derek's going to come back today with the Titans. I can see it. I just cannot see it currently today where we stand.
Right, and I agree with that. But going into the offseason, I was like, maybe.
I wish. I mean, if you look at the offseason, it sounds like a dream scenario just to have the 2019-20 Tennessee Titans back. But that'd be lovely if we can do that.
Yeah, it would be nice. Hopefully he does once we get to the spot where we need to be. And that's where I see the way it will work and the way he can come back. And hopefully by then, that'll be the Super Bowl year. Hopefully. So just have to wait and see. So it just does not look right with him in Baltimore. Same thing with
doesn't at all. No.
McNair, it looked weird.
Yeah, McNair didn't look good in Baltimore either. I'll tell you someone else who didn't look good in Eagles. AJ Brown didn't look good in the Eagles either. So
who else didn't look good in the Eagles jersey?
Who's that?
Javon Curse. He did not look good in that Eagles
jersey.
That's
right. He went for a couple seasons.
Okay. So now let's get to the main course of the stream.
Oh, read that hot take real quick from
All right. So hot
DCC.
take.
I like
Nick
that. I do like
Singleton
that.
will be
Yes.
RB1 by week 8.
I can see it. I really could. And here's the
Wow.
thing. And I really like that take because number one, I mentioned both Tony and Tajay are free agents.
Mhm.
And Singleton had a good year at Penn State before last year, right? He had over 1,000-yard season. He's a goal line machine. He has the speed. The reason why he fell in the 5th round is because of just his production last year. So I think Nick Singleton's going to make an impact on this Tennessee Titans team this year. By the way, someone said Shadur Sanders. No, they did not make a
No,
mistake
no,
about
no, no,
that.
no, 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 no.
But back to the Singleton thing. There's a chance if let's just say, and I'm not going to put this out there what the records are yet. It's way too early. It's July 10th. But if we're in a position where Tony and Tajay, like the front office knows, Mike Bergonzi and executives know that Tony and Tajay are not going to come back, and if there is team outs there, if there's teams that are interested in the two guys, either one of the two, then they might try to move on from them. But as of right now, I don't see it happening. It's also going to matter with injuries as well. Injuries are going to make a big part of it as well. But I think it's Tony Tajay for right now until Singleton puts his foot in the door. And by the way, I'm glad he mentioned that because Singleton is one of the most underrated guys in offseason workouts so far. He's been out there. And Singleton is one of those players who had a slow start because he had an injury during the Senior Bowl. He had a foot injury. So he had foot surgery. So I think it's going to be A, how he's going to catch up, and B, how Brian Dable is going to use him because, I think Brian Dable can use the third running back a lot, and I think he's going to make it over Khalil Mullings and Michael Carter today. But we'll see where the running back room goes more than we go head into preseason. Singleton's going to get a lot of preseason snaps this year. So if he can make an impact in the next couple months, the next couple weeks, then we head into August and then we head into late, like maybe middle of the pack, and then we're like, Singleton looks better than Spears. They could trade him, but right now it sounds like they're running with Pollard and Spears as RB1, 2, and then we'll see what goes down along the season.
I like this comment right here. I don't like Pollard Spears. Pollard is a solid RB2, but nothing more. Where he is in his career right now, yes. And with Spears, I agree. I don't like him either. With the injuries, it kind of scares me. And as well, not having any ACLs. So that was a really good take. So in August, we got to do our bold predictions for the season sometime in August. So be looking out for that. So we can throw yours in that as well.
Oh, man. I mean, that's
so that'd be fun.
I like Pollard, but I can see why somebody's saying that about Pollard, though. I'm concerned more about Tajay Spears right now than I am Tony Pollard because people sometimes forget about Tony Pollard has been consistent 1,000-yard season. Like he's had 4 straight years with 1,000 yards. Like, Tony Pollard's not the best running back, but he's on the Titans that they've had in a long time. But he's not the worst running back in the franchise they've had. I mean, I can go down the list and name like 5 guys worse than Tony Pollard in the last 10 to 12 years. So again, I think Pollard, I agree, he's a RB2 in some teams, but I think Cam Ward also relies on him a lot. I just don't know. I'm worried about Tajay Spears more than I am in Tony Pollard today. I'm worried about Tajay Spears' health because Spears had a good OTAs in preseason, and then he got injured in the preseason, and then he never came back right until later on in the season. It was like way late, like week 5, week 6. So it's gonna be interesting how they both use the guys. I like Pollard. I'm a Pollard guy. I'm sorry to say it. I like Tony Pollard. I'm a Pollard person. I'm just putting that out there.
So Nancy said Pollard just the best that's available. Well, yes, at the moment. Oh my gosh. Pollard better than Eddie George and Eric Campbell. Not even close. I would take Eddie George and Eric Campbell before Pollard any day. Seriously, what?
No,
You must be a noob for this, man. Like honestly, like if you're a true Titans fan who's been there since the beginning,
Yeah.
you would know by heart that George and Campbell all day long. You don't back down over Potter. Even
Yeah.
Derrick Henry or
That'll be a fun episode to do is ranking the top Titans running backs. That'll be
yeah,
fun.
it would. So let's get to our main course of the stream. So the main course of the stream is going to be about what jerseys that we like and don't like in sports, and then we'll also cover the new updated jerseys that have been released during the offseason of the NFL, and also try to project how we think the Titans rivalry jersey will look. So
yeah, we got some leaks about it. Let's
yes,
see.
yes. So let's get to the ones that we like first. So I'm gonna say first one. This is like early 2000s, and they don't wear this anymore, but they should. They made a mistake this offseason by not going back to it. So let me reveal this to you. Shoot. Hold on, guys. I'll be showing this to y'all in a second. All right, let me share the screen. So the early 2000s St. Louis Rams navy blue gold home and away sets that they had were perfect. They made a mistake by not going back to these. These jerseys are perfect. This is the first one I'm showing you guys. What are your thoughts on my first one?
I'm telling you, my friend, my dad would absolutely be loving you right now with the Marshall Faulk jerseys with the Rams. I love that Navy, man. I'm a big sucker for Navy. I have always been a big time sucker for Navy. That jerseys go hard. I think it's a perfect color combination together. I think everything about those jerseys, the pants, I can't go wrong with it at all. I know at all. Now, are we just doing football jerseys or are we doing baseball ones too?
We're doing any sport that you like, or any sport jerseys that you like, so, and dislike. So we're starting with the ones that we like. So what is your first one?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so as some of you guys probably do know, and some people do know, like if you know me personally, I'm a big Angels fan, and I love the Angel City Connects. Then Nike put City Connects out not too long ago, and they're gonna have to get renewed sooner than later. I think the contract's almost up, but this is just when you look at a jersey that's absolutely just perfect. You know, you can see the Angels are at the beach, and you can see it's perfectly Southern California vibes. The jerseys give it all. I think the color combination's perfect. I'm a big sucker for the Angels jerseys. Those are my favorite jerseys in my closet. I think everything together is 10 out of 10. It's perfectly vibe. It's a perfect surf type of vibe, a beachy vibe that you want. I those are my favorite jerseys for baseball. I can't get it better than that.
So sticking with baseball for my second one, old school here, nostalgia, back to my childhood. Oh, that's extra zero. The Arizona Diamondbacks original jersey. These were perfect. I don't get why they went with the red.
Oh my gosh, that's a good pick. That's a great pick. I can't go wrong with that.
The best. Like seriously, with back in that era, they had a handful of teams with the best jerseys, right? So these were one of the best. Like the colors go perfectly. It fits Arizona as well, more than the red. The red is horrible, in my opinion. And I've seen other opinions out there, and they say the same thing.
Mm.
And
I like
this
those. Those
is
are classics, man. Those are classics.
the white ones, like I think every Friday and night home games during the season, but they need to go back to these.
Mm.
To be honest with you, these were perfection.
Mm.
Like even look at the home ones that they won the World Series with, perfection. Like honestly, that's what they need to go back to. So that's my second favorite one. Now to yours.
Ooh, I think this is a good one. And you know what? It's people are gonna call me like a sucker just because um some of you guys might think, oh, I'm biased in this and that. You know what? I'm gonna be biased. Give me the brand new Tennessee Titans jersey. I think both of them are perfect. I think I like the blues, the light blues. I've been a huge fan of these since these guys came out. You know, I think it really reminds me a lot of the Oilers, and they did a really good job in their history to bring these back. I'm a huge fan of the white ones. The white ones are super undersleepers. I'm a huge. I got both. I got both. Funny enough, I got both of them. That's on the screen right now. But I'm a huge fan of number one. When you look at the blues, I love the outline with the red on the 98. I really do like Cam's. The white one's the best because it brings out a lot of the navy blue. To me, the light blue. I think it's a good color jerseys for the Tennessee Titans, especially heading to a new era. I like the new font. I think everything's perfect about these jerseys. I know it's kind of a silly answer because people are going to say, oh, you know, these are new and we haven't seen these on the field yet. True, but you can't go wrong with these jerseys for the Tennessee Titans. These are great.
Have to say we kind of have, because with the Orders one that we did those 3 seasons, these are exactly like, I'm not saying they are it, but they're similar.
They're similar, of course.
But the only thing that's missing that all of us Titans fans really want is that red face mask that they had when they were in Houston. I am right there with them. So, but the cool thing about the helmet,
I love the helmet.
Guitar strings on the stripe.
Yeah.
Amazing. And the only complaint that I can see the complaint of the jersey is with the stripes on the sleeves. They're saying it looks like the Buffalo Bills jerseys. So
I saw that too, and I was kind of confused by that too.
Yeah. So I really like these. I like the new font. It gives you that Nashville feel to it. And Tennessee grit to it too.
Yeah.
Amazing. And I also like the 3 stars on the back or on the front, sorry. And the little back patch there too hits. So I didn't order the new ones because I have a Derrick Henry orders one. So I was like, okay, it's similar, so I don't have to spend $300 some on the new one. It's roughly in that price range for getting new jerseys. So I'm set with that. So I'm like, okay, cool. It's easy on me. So that was your second. So my third, let's go with I'm gonna go with the Angels as well, but this is a different one. This is a different one.
Oh, that's a good take. I know exactly which one you're pulling up. I love this.
This is
good one.
Probably this one is decent. Like it's good, but the ones they had for Angels in the outfield, these are the ones I like the best. It grew on me over the years. I used to like the sleeveless one, but this one grew on me because, like, the reason is I like the navy blue. I really do. The navy blue hat fits well. Right now, it's too much red, to be honest with you. Let's see what a player with it on. All right, so Trout is they did it for their 50th. So the blue is the perfect set blue they have to use. Not too much red. Especially it looks like a
Love
baseball
that.
stadium. Or not stadium, sorry.
I
Baseball jersey.
almost put those. I almost did.
It has the lines in the right spot. I like the number font on these too. If I can get it here, hold on. It's kind of similar to the Tigers number font, to be honest with you, but it's with the Angels colors, the red, blue, and white. Amazing, spot on. So, what's your third?
We're at a stage where we're just kind of running. There's so many to choose from, but honestly, man, I like the old Eagles throwbacks. That's kind of one I'm not a huge fan of green, but if I'm gonna pick an old throwback, I do like the Eagles old throwbacks. I'm a fan of those. I like the green on green. I've and again think it looked really good on Donovan McNabb. Those were huge ones. I did like. Which one is that one? I'm trying to see which one I got that right. Oh, you're looking terrible. Okay. Yeah, those ones. Yeah, I like those ones. Those ones my favorite. Yeah, I fell in love with those ones a long time ago.
Yeah, now with Nike with it doesn't look
Yeah, Nike
good.
takes over everything.
It's more matte finish to it. But with these, when it was with Reebok, it was more glossy. It popped and shined more.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can tell now, like Reebok, Nike, that's more matte compared to like that. That's more glossy, shiny, as you can see in the Super Bowl jersey.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good pick.
Yeah.
So let's do one more for favorite ones that we like.
Okay.
My final one that I like. Let's go with. Oh yeah, these. So in the early 2000s, mid 2000s, they wore it until right before it got caught up in 09, whatever. But these are perfect, and especially the road ones. The road ones were spot on. So this is kind of similar to the ones that they did when Roberto Clemente played with them in the 60s, 50s, 60s era. The only difference is the number font is different and the letter font is different. And the spot on. I wish they still will be wearing these, but they don't. There aren't any teams that are wearing sleeveless jerseys these days, but those Pirates sleeveless jerseys, especially the road ones, spot on. Let me get that bigger view for y'all to see. What are your thoughts on these?
I like those, man. Those are a classic. Yeah, I like those. Those are my favorite. That's all I'm gonna say. Simple, and easy.
Yeah.
Nice
So
jersey.
yeah, your last one that you like.
Man, I'm torn because I was thinking about this when you were doing yours. And the one that really came up to mind is the throwback Seattle Seahawks jerseys. I'm a sucker for blue. I really am. People know that. I'm a huge fan of blue. I really do like those old throwback Seattle Seahawks jerseys in the late 2000s, especially one of my dad's close friends, Steve Largent, and he showed me pictures. And I like personally the home ones better than the road ones. It looks a little more better than the road ones, but I do like that blue of the jersey. The green's perfect together. Bring up Mount House back. You're looking at him right now, so yeah, I think it's a good combination. I like it.
That's pretty cool that your father's friends with Steve Dargent.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's pretty cool. These are the blue ones are definitely better than the white ones. I love how they have been starting to wear these since the throwback push has been coming back since with the rule of wearing multiple helmets came back. I like the silver helmet better than the blue ones, especially if
I agree.
you look at the other blue helmet that they had. Not as good. This blue is better than the navy blue that they have for the helmet, but the silver helmet is the best one. I agree with you with the jersey pick.
Let me add an honorable mention. The new Vols jerseys are great too.
The new what?
The new Tennessee Volunteer jerseys. They just got new jerseys over the week because Adidas just partnered with the Volunteers now, and they have some really nice jersey combinations. I know one of them is black. They don't really go a combination. The blacks are very hard. I think those look really good. And again, they don't work with some people, but I think those are really nice jerseys. The orange ones and the white ones are pretty much the same, sure, but I think the black ones really go hard. Those are some of my favorite ones that came out recently, just this week, since we're talking about jerseys.
Yeah, I may have to pull up their Instagram page because I saw a different version of theirs earlier too, but it does look similar to the ones that they had back in the day, like 90s, 2000s. The ones I saw, I don't know if it's accurate or not, but it had the black line drop shadow with it back again. But that's a good honorable mention. I got an honorable mention as well.
Okay. Let's hear it. Oh.
Let's say, let's go with 2002 jerseys. These are sleeveless as well. If you're a Royals fan, I don't know what your all's take on these jerseys are, but I like these. This was the best ones that they have had, in my opinion. The sleeve one is not bad. I like how it has a drop shadow and it looks like makes it look like there's 3D dimension to it. I like that. But the sleeveless one's really cool. I like the black. They had a black jersey with it. I'm a sucker for black as well. But the sleeveless was really cool. Back when they had colors Beltron. So this is my honorable mention. So what are your thoughts on these?
Yeah, I actually do like the vest ones. And funny enough, it just came upon me that the Los Angeles Angels also had the vest ones. Anaheim Angels had the vest ones early on also. I'm a big fan of those vest ones. I think those are very clean. They look really good on jerseys. It does stand out more than usual. Bartolo Colon had one, for example. It was 2006 is when the Angels had those. So I'm a big fan more of the sleeve ones. So
yeah. So let me think about. So with the ones that we don't like, we can do like 2 of them each. So let's start with the ones we don't like. The first one I don't like. Let's think about this. Okay. First one I don't like. Oh, this is hard. Let's go with Randy. So the first one I have is when Randy Johnson went back to the Diamondbacks in 2007, when they moved from the sleeveless jerseys to the red main color scheme that they used. I'm not a big fan of these at all. I like the letter font on it, but it's not the Diamondbacks. This was just wrong for them to do from the start. Whoever's idea this was, whoever greenlighted this, why? Because what you went from with the sleeveless and the purple, the turquoise green, that is your identity. This red, black era we're in right now with the Diamondbacks, this is not y'all's identity. What are your thoughts about these?
I like those. Honestly, it's okay. It's average. It's mid. Nothing too special about it. Just plain and simple like that.
Yeah. So, what's your first jersey that you don't like?
I don't like anything Los Angeles Dodgers. I don't like the Dodgers jerseys. They're simple and plain. They're very mid, is what we're gonna call the big word in 2026. They need to upgrade those and they need to change them. They just it's time. They've had those jerseys for a very long time now.
Yeah. The only Dodgers jerseys I really like, since we're on the topic of Dodgers, there's only two of them. I like these ones that they had on the road for the early 2000s. It says Los Angeles and it has the not stripe, but the lines. And that is professional baseball for me. I like that. And then these other ones that had, it was alternates. Blue. This is the ones before the City Connect ones. This is the original blue alternate jerseys that they had. The thing that made it the best about it was with the hat. So on the bill of their hat, they had, oh crap, if I can find it. Shoot. Server bill. This is the thing that made it go over the top. The bill of the hat was silver. That's the Dodgers that I like. Two jerseys that I like from them. So now with the final one that I don't like for jerseys, this is, yeah, Florida. So the current Florida Panthers jerseys, I am not a fan of these. I'm a fan of their original ones, like the navy blue jerseys, the original red. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. So with these, I don't like that middle part. I don't like the logo they're using. Number 5 is decent at best. But the best part of the Florida Panthers jersey history, the ones I really like are these. So you have the Leaping Panther. The best Leaping Panther logo is the one with the stick. But look at these. I like this one when they went to Adidas, I think it was. But the ones with CCM were pretty cool as well. I like the colors, navy blue, the red, the yellow. Amazing. What are your thoughts about my pick here? Final pick for the one I don't like. So
Yeah,
the one I don't like.
Florida Panthers ones are overrated in my opinion. They're very mid.
Yeah.
They're very mid overrated. So I'm not a huge fan of these at all. I think this is one of the teams that definitely downgraded. Right, the old jerseys are way better than the new ones.
What's your final jersey that you don't like?
My last one that I don't like, and it's just outdated, is the Arizona Cardinals, man. The ones are outdated. You know, I think this is a team that needs to get upgrades on their jerseys. It's time. They need to get new jerseys. And I know they've done it in the past, sure, but I just think the Arizona is just really bland. Yeah, it's a good color, sure, but it's time to get new jerseys, and they've had them for way too long.
Yes, I agree with that. And my opinion of their history, their jersey history, their best one is this one. When they had Pat Tillman and Jake Plummer, Jake the Snake, these are the ones that give you nostalgia. Even Emmitt Smith wore these at the end of his career. But I'd like to see a modern version of that for the next rebrand. And I feel like Cardinals fans agreed to that as well. So the last thing I put on the post about the stream tonight is college football talk, but we're at 56 minutes. You said earlier to me in the DM that you only can do an hour at most, or at most tonight. We can save that for the next stream we do.
Sure.
So I'll be back on I'll be live again on Monday and Tuesday for the Home Run Derby and All-Star game.
Nice.
Something big went down. Big MLB trade went down. Oh, let me cover that real quick. I
saw that too. I just missed it.
Let me pull that up. Holy crap. Let me do this real quick, guys. Holy crap. First big trade of the season here, hopefully. Nothing on MLB.com, but there is a page on Instagram.
Yeah, pretty big trade.
There's transaction. Let me get to this real quick, guys. I'm trying to find it for y'all. Oh, I found the page. Oh gosh, what is going on? There we go. Oh boy, I think this is it. 15 minutes ago. Okay. So the big trade that reportedly was reported to me on here. So it was a White Sox Pirates trade. Jacob Gonzalez to the Pirates and Braden Eastert. And then the White Sox got Jaden Woods with the 2026 compensatory balance draft pick. So with the draft part, that's going to be next week. So the White Sox acquires an extra draft pick. So this is quite interesting. It was an even trade, but that is pretty huge, to be honest with you. Thank you for sharing that with us, TCC. Shocking. As I was saying before that popped onto the comments, I'll be live next week for the Home Run Derby and the All-Star game with another person. I already had him on live stream a few weeks ago, Danny. So with Titans news and NFL news and the thing that we didn't get to, college football talk, that'll be on the next live stream with Titan Report podcast. So tighten up, everyone. Make sure to hit the like subscribe button. And also keep Chris Johnson and his family in your prayers. And also do a ice bucket challenge. And if you have social media, post it and tag him to it. Tag Chris Johnson to it, and also do the hashtag CJ2K strong.
Yep.
So tighten up, everybody.